impressed you most about tonight's win?
I just think, I wouldn't say we messed around with the game in the first half. We just weren't ourselves. There were a lot of times where, we put ourselves in the right position. We weren't there for the 50-50 balls. There were a lot of times where, the guy was dribbling, turned his back, and we weren't, it's just it was an uncharacteristic, I should say, first half for us. It's tough for me to put into words, but just wasn't pretty. And then we came out to start that second half, and we really never looked back. No matter, kind of what they threw at us, we just came back down, played our game, got stops, and got out in transition and played well.
It seems like that's been the sentiments from you, Coach, just on how you guys had to shift your mindset, and especially in the second half. But you walk away, this is the largest win you guys have had for the season, and also the most assists you've had in the season with 35. Just building on that, knowing you could have been better. How does that resonate with you?
It feels good. I mean, listen, we played a Spurs team that, it's always tough to play in San Antonio. Any team that's coached by Pop is, going to be a great team, going to give you their best, especially on their home floor. And then we came here tonight after a couple of days rest, and I wouldn't say laid an egg in that first half, but didn't play up to our standards, especially coming off, like we felt we played a great game in San Antonio. But then in the second half, we really stepped up, shared the ball, got a lot of, different guys on the board. Guys took their shots. We knocked down threes. We got out in transition, played together, got to our spots. And, more than anything, we had to gain rebound tonight. I felt like we did that, and we were able to close possessions, and guys were just playing for one another. I mean, you saw it with 35 assists. I felt like we could have had 40 plus, but, we're happy with that number. We'll go over film tomorrow, and we'll just continue to build on that. But now we're going home. We're going into a back-to-back. We just need to make sure that we continue to, I always talk about trending in the right direction, but I do feel like we're playing a good brand of basketball now. And I heard JB talking about it this morning, and I spoke about it, just getting Larry back and JA, more bodies out there, more guys that can do different things is going to be a huge luxury for us.
And then, Kevin, you said just building off of this win, well, you looked like vintage Kevin. You said you're trying to get back into a groove. How do you feel? And you looked pretty impressive with the nice and one under the basket too. So
yeah, I mean, I was upset with myself because, breaking down film and just getting back into that rhythm. I've been falling out of my shot a little too much. So in that second half, I really just tried to stay in and was able to hit a couple threes. I had the one in the corner that went in and out, but just overall just felt more like myself. And then in my body, it's just, getting my legs underneath me. I know I only played 4 minutes tonight, but I was able to get some blowouts and just get my legs underneath me. But I felt pretty good, cardio wise out there tonight. And that's just going to have to continue to improve. I'm going to feel like myself. But as far as rebounding the ball, that's something I'm always going to be able to do. Shooting the ball, the same thing. But now it's just getting to my spots, making sure that, I'm feeling comfortable. And tonight was a big step for me.
Kelsey.
Kelsey Russo, The Athletic. Kevin, you kind of touched on it, but what was the message, I guess, around at halftime about the defensive effort, and you guys coming out in the third quarter, and just sort of how did that change as well affect the game for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much it was just being there for the next man, knowing, staying true to our principles. I mean, we saw it in the second half. That's why we were able to, close the possessions, and get out and convert on the other end, or get to the free throw line, or at the very least get some great shots up. But more than anything, it was just be ourselves. I mean, we know what we're capable of, and we really lock in on the defensive end. I mentioned the San Antonio game. We felt like we did a great job, and just shutting off that middle, sticking true to our principles, plugging, anywhere we can see fit to help the next man and just be there for each other. We did that. And then when you have those two, Poku and Big Moses in there that were crashing the glass, and 2 and 3 man going in there crashing the glass, we knew that we had to gang rebound, and we were able to do that.
And then one of the biggest things for you guys all season has been, the continuity and building on, the good things that you guys have been working on. So when you have back-to-back games like tonight and going back to the Spurs game, with ball movement, with just how effective you guys were offensively, how does that just help in this continual process of building continuity and moving you guys forward?
Yeah, I think continuity is a great word for us, especially, when we had, a lot of the adversity was, brought on by ourselves tonight, but it was still adversity nonetheless. So it was good for us to learn from that and break through that, because there's going to be a lot of scenarios here, these last low 20 games left, that we're going to go through that. I imagine this weekend in a back-to-back, we're going to see that as well. And we're going to be tested, but it's all going to be, a test of our character and who we are as a team moving forward. But I think, again, we're a very cohesive together group. And I believe that we can respond to against any team, no matter what's thrown at us.
Thanks.
Last one, Marla.
Marla Ridenour, Akron Beacon Journal. Yeah, Kevin, do you think this is good for the young guys, like to see how you can almost like use defense to break the will of an opponent? Kind of felt like you did that in the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, more than anything, just forcing guys into really tough shots. I mean, we know it's not going to be perfect, but if we give ourselves up for the next man, if we make that extra effort, if we gang rebound, if we do all the right things, we'll live with that. Win or lose, we'll live with that. So I do think it all starts on the defensive end for us, and I think us, shooting the ball better. I think it just, getting those stops is, it's kind of like infectious on the other end. Everybody's touching the ball, everybody's moving, everybody's cutting, and that's what makes it fun. And I think we get even more energized when we get those stops. So not only does it play into, as you mentioned, breaking that will for against these opponents, but it just gives us so much energy on the other end to go and just do the best that we can to put a lot of pressure on them on the offensive end as well. So I think it's got to be, guys are going to have to get their blows, and they might get tired, but it's got to be next man up. And we all know that we have a huge support system and staff throughout the entire lineup and entire team.
And what stands out to you about what Taurean Prince has given you guys right now?
He's been awesome. I was talking about that with Deli tonight. It just seems like, he had a couple, just little nagging things going on, but he's been able to get back, and he's really in a rhythm. And he's been talking about, this is like the first team that he's been on, and he's talked about where he's like, man, I'm not just standing in the corner. I'm really moving off the ball. I'm able to get to my spots, and I'm capable of more. And so that's what we love about this team. Guys are getting the best out of each other, and we believe in one another. And Torian's game's been slowing down for him, and he can really shoot the ball. He's been super aggressive, and we love that from him.
Angel asked you earlier, but when you caught that ball from him in the air, it seemed like you hadn't done that in a while.
He threw me the pass over the top. I knew I was getting fouled even on the initial, so I just thought if I could catch it and put it up there on the glass, I'll give myself a chance. So, hey, I'm 2 for 2 on lobs the last 2 games. I told him I'll dunk one of those in probably 2-3 weeks, but might be a while.
Kind of to start off, this is sort of more of a bigger picture question, but we've talked so much about continuity for you guys this season, and kind of looking at, this game and then also the Spurs game on Monday, but just being able to put together a full 48 minutes like you guys did. How does that just help in this process of building continuity for you guys?
Well, to be honest, they're just building that rhythm and that chemistry, like you said. It feels good at the end of the day just to have guys back and healthy. And once we get Larry and J.A. back, it's going to be a whole different story, and it's going to be a whole different team. So with K-Love and Deli coming back, they're just pretty much just fitting in with us, and we're just pretty much feeding off of them and understanding like what they can, what they want from the game. Like if K-Love has a smaller player on him, we make sure we just give him the ball and in his spot. So the continuity and then just pretty much the growth that we're showing, it feels good to play.
And then you guys finished with 35 assists tonight, and there were 6 guys in double figures in scoring. But just when those components, we've talked a lot about the ball movement this season, but just how does that continue to help progress you guys forward when you are moving the ball the way that you are, and it is creating opportunities for guys to score kind of across the table?
It feels good. It just shows that everyone's just pretty much just playing off each other, like you said, and just pretty much the ball's being moved around, pop and go. If you don't have shot, then drive it. If you don't have drive, then kick it. So it's just like the ball's moving around, and everybody's just pretty much giving up their self for the next person. And when it's like that, I feel like we're tough. We're definitely tough because everyone is scoring the ball and they can't just zone in on one person or two people at night, especially when we have all the guys in double figures as well as TP coming off the bench and bring that extra spark that we need. So it feels good. It definitely feels good. So we just got to continue to build off of this one and look into Saturdays.
And that was kind of my last question about Torian. But since him coming back from especially his shoulder injury, what have you just continued to see from him and how he contributes the way that he can, and especially tonight?
Oh yeah, he shoots the ball, he drives it, he can do it all pretty much. And with him just bringing that spark off the bench and being ready at all times, we're gonna need that. We're gonna need that, especially if we can't get it going early. Then we know he's gonna come in ready to go for us. So it definitely feels good just to have him back from injury. So
Thanks.
Marla.
Marla Ridenour, Akron Beacon Journal. Yeah, Collin, I can't remember exactly how JB worded this, but he said that third quarter was kind of like the kind of defense you have to play. What happened at halftime, or what did you guys do that, sort of crushed their spirit in that quarter?
Well, during halftime, we pretty much just told each other, like, all right, we got to lock in. We gave up too many points in the first. We got to lock in and get stops. And that's what we did. We went out there and executed that, and we got a pretty good warm-up. And I feel like once we have really good starts in the third, then we're a really tough team to beat. So it just pretty much was like his message to us was, all right, let's get off to a good start in the third, and let's not be trailing and coming behind. So that was just something that we wanted to do tonight, and I feel like we did it on defense tonight.
And your defense was slipping there for a while when you guys were struggling, and now it's on the way back up. I mean, have you guys bought in more, or what do you think is the difference?
I don't think like we bought in more. I just feel like we're taking pride, and we have to take pride in the defensive side, and that's all it is to it. I know myself, I've been slacking on the defensive side. So JB came to me and he was like, all right, now you got to lock in and do what you do. And I know whenever I'm on the defensive side, if I'm pressuring, it just triggers for everyone else to start locking up. So it starts with me. And I think I did that tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll do two more, Fedor and then Christos. Fedor, go ahead.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. What's up, Collin?
What's up?
Hey, so tonight was win number 19, which matches what you had last year and your rookie season. Does that mean anything to you?
Nope, not at all. We got 20-some games left, and I feel like we have a chance to make a good push. So it doesn't mean too much to me at all. I just know wins are hard to come by, and I take a lot of pride in getting a win. So I try not to think about those past two seasons where we weren't winning. I just try to learn from those and just continue to strive forward.
Throughout the course of a season, things can get emotional, right? With losing streaks and winning streaks, highs, lows. How do you keep yourself personally even-keeled through all of what you guys had to deal with throughout the course of this season?
Just try to look at the good things. I always try to find the good in everything, and a lot of lessons, and that's just who I am, and that's just how I'm wired. Just to try to always find the good things in bad situations, because at the end of the day, those are lessons, and those are things that is going to help you along the way and help you down the road. I know we lost a lot of games. I think it was like 10 or 8 straight, and we learned a lot from who we are as a team, and we learned a lot. I learned a lot who I am as an individual, and those are lessons that are going to help us as we wound down into the season.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Last one, Christos.
Hello, Collin. Christos from Greece. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
How needed for you was that win, and especially the second half's effort mentally wise?
Well, that win tonight was big for us just because we needed it. At the end of the day, we knew what we was going to be dealt with tonight. We knew they had a few players out, and we knew they weren't going to lay down or back down to anything. So just coming out there, just being aggressive and making sure we got the win. And what was your second question?
How enjoyable? The second question is now, how enjoyable for you is to be a leader of that group, and What is your biggest growth into your leadership role?
My biggest growth in the leadership role is just continue to talk and communicate on the defensive side. And my teammates, they need me to making sure I'm locked in each and every game. And I feel like when I'm doing that and talking as well, so I'm the last line of defense, and I see it all pretty much. So I got to use my voice, and I'm making sure I tell everyone what's coming in front, basically like a quarterback.
And your team is three wins away from a play-in spot. How big motivation for you is this?
It's a lot of motivation. At the end of the day, we just gotta take it one game at a time. We can't look forward 2 or 3 games. It's a day by day thing, and the next game is what we have our mindset on. We can't look down to the next 3 to the playing game spot. It's just we got one on Saturday, and then we got another on Sunday, but we got to focus on Saturday first.
Thank you very much. Congratulations again.
Thank you.